Morning, welcome to day 4. This is what my day looks like. It rained pretty much most of the night, I think, so my tent is pretty wet, but I was warm and dry, snug as a bug inside, so that was good. Anyway, I'm not sure how many miles I'm going to walk today. I'm aiming for around about 15. Depending how I feel, I might do a little bit more. There's a campsite in the book, which I'm going to aim for, but whether they take people like me, I don't know. Should find out. Anyway, my first stop is, I think it's called Percy, which is an old deserted village. Somewhere along the way, I need to find somewhere to stop and have my breakfast, because I haven't had my breakfast yet. And also, hopefully, somewhere along the way, I'll find somewhere to stop and dry my tent out. Oh, twit. I've come to the village of Percy, which is probably one of the most famous spots on the Yorkshire Wolds way. Unfortunately, as you can see, they're doing work on it, so I can't wander around inside, which is a blow. Anyway, it's an old medieval village, and I think all the houses and that are up there. They reckon in the Middle Ages there was up to about 200 people lived here. No, 200 men lived here, presumably with the wives and kids. Apparently there are quite a lot of deserted medieval villages on the Wolds way, but you can't see them because they're all buried now. But this is the best preserved one, and has been extensively excavated. On my way here, it's rained the whole time. It got pretty damp. It's very exposed as well, and the wind blowing it across, so there's no shelter or anywhere tied or anything like that. But hopefully the weather's going to improve. Made it to the church in a little village called Wolds Street. I'm in the church car park. I'm going to have my breakfast now. Porridge. It's a dry place. It's about a couple of miles north of where I was last video. Coming over, similar landscape. Wide open spaces over the Wolds, mainly full of corn. You feel a bit sorry for the farmers this weather, because maybe they're desperate to get all their wheat and that in.
It's I don't know. It's on a tripod and the radius is something.
Lots of walkers, I haven't seen any. You're doing the whole thing? Yeah. In one go? Or? No. I've enjoyed walking up this bit. Reminds me a little bit of the Peak District. It's made a bit of a nice change. Such views. Another pleasant change. Walking through some woodland now. You can see the trees are beginning to turn. I think they're beech trees. Autumn's coming. Yet another amazing view. This is looking north. I don't know how long this road is, but it seems to go on forever. And now it's getting a bit boring, to be honest. Look over there, blue skies. Oh, I hope they last. Man, look at that. That is steep. It was no more like this. Made it. Man, that was hard work. Right. When you get to the top, you come to this, which is another one of those bits of hard work along the Wolds way. This one's called Enclosure Rights, which has got reference, it says, to Bronze Age burial mounds. And apparently you quite often find chalk carved figures as well. That's what they are. They've got a good view, haven't they? It's only up past 3, but I've made it to Wolds Way camping and caravanning site, which is a pretty good site, to be honest. But yeah, I've decided to stop and pitch up here for the night. Only a £5. Unfortunately, their shop doesn't really sell anything very substantial. So tonight's tea might be chunk of cheese and some burger bites and a beer. Never mind, beggars can't be choosers. No pubs. Good morning. This is day 5, and in my plan, this is going to be my final day. So I stayed at Wolds Way camping and caravanning, which has got some excellent facilities. It's a nice site, amazing view. Look at that. Oh, probably can't see it so brilliantly, but there we go. The day's supposed to brighten up, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm aiming to walk the 22, something like that, miles to Filey today. And I'm really looking forward to fish and chips. They must do fish and chips at the seaside resort, mustn't they? So yeah, that's going to be my celebration, all being well. So, as ever, best foot forward. Here we go. It's about the first 4 miles after the campsite. The path follows along the side of the Vale of Pickering with massive views, fantastic views. But on a clear sunny day, you can see for almost 30 miles and miles. But even today it's pretty good. Here's another one of those crazy seats that you get along the Wolds Way. Part of the artwork thing. I don't know how long ago it was all done originally. It'd be a brilliant place to sit and look, wouldn't it? Like I say, on a sunny day. On my walk this morning, there's been loads of these massive snails on the path. I had to tread really carefully not to crush them all. I've arrived at Sherburn, which in my guidebook is the end of one of the stages. So from here on, I'm on the final stage, which is 15 miles to Filey. I'm sitting in a big marquee. Apparently, I think it's called Lord Rydale or something. He's got like a maze field that's got a maze in it, and then there's fun fair and all sorts behind it. There's a stage in front and things like that. So I guess it's like a summer entertainment thing they do. But also they have a cafe and it says Yorkshire Wolds walkers are welcome. So I've made myself welcome. And then it's the next 15 miles, the last 15 miles. Since Sherburn there was a steep uphill bit and downhill, and now I'm walking actually in the vale, which is quite flat. Appreciated. Met a couple of people walking along here, a couple of guys. I asked them, if one pair of guys, if the pub at Ganton was open. They weren't sure, but they said it wasn't when they were there. So it might be yet another Yorkshire pub that has odd hours, which are not very helpful for someone like me. Greyhound at Ganton isn't open, doesn't open till 6:30. So if you're going to do this walk, be warned, the pubs don't generally open till the evening, and there's not many of them. Behind me is RAF Staxton Wold, which is a radar station originally built in 1937, but it's still operational today. So I don't know if I'll get somebody to come out and chase me for making this video. I don't know. Anyway, today's walk has felt different from the others. It's not felt so sort of wide open, spacey. Although the vales accompany me on the left, north, most of the time, and that's massive views. But quite a lot of my path has been enclosed by quite tall hedges or woods. Quite often walking down roads like now, see, or lanes which have been fairly enclosed. So it's had, yeah, a real different feel to it. I think I must be about 10 miles away from Filey now. Tranquil. Walking here from the radar station, there's been loads of butterflies keep flying out of my feet. Been red admirals, a lot of tortoise shells when I was walking through these woods. There's a lot of, I think they're called spotted woods. Really beautiful. It's so nice to see so many, because you don't see many butterflies living in town. I think that might be my first sighting of the sea. You probably can't see it on this, but in that hollow, looks like sea to me. That is definitely the coastline over there. Oh, the end is in sight. I made it to Muston, so I'm nearly there. But I could really do with something to eat which has not got nuts in it. A sandwich or something like that. Anyway, true to form, this is the ship in. It's shut till 5 or half 5 or something like that. And there's no shop in the village. They're all the same, the villages around here. So it's a marathon bar with nuts, some water, press on, we're getting there. That's it, I've made it. It's too windy up here to talk much, but I've done it. 79 miles. Might lose me out. And yeah, this is the this is the sign, or the symbol, similar to the one. Sorry, similar to the one at Hessel. Marks the beginning or the end of the path. It was far too windy up there to talk, but I've done it, finished the walk, done the whole 79 miles. Yeah, I've enjoyed it, it's been good, it has been good. I think it's a good walk to do if you like solitude, and if you like being out in big wide spaces, and that feeling of being on your own really, alone. There are fantastic views, amazing views. Yeah, and the rolling hills, the valleys, the dales, they're quite dramatic as well. It was a good walk. Unfortunately, the facilities along the way are pretty naff. I've still not really had a proper meal since Friday thought. I'm going to solve that though. I'm going to find some fish and chips in a bit. But yeah, pubs are open odd hours, no shops in villages. If you do want to, you know, go to a pub or shop, you've got to walk for an hour, a mile, I mean, half a mile off the way to get there. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing, to be honest. But the overall thing, it's a good walk. There's some strenuous bits in it, some hard bits, but it makes it worthwhile, I suppose. So there we are. I'm going to wander back to Filey. I'm out on the Brigg. Thought I'd come and have a look. I was thinking on my walk, why do I like doing national trails? And I think one of the reasons is they're a really good way of getting the flavour of different parts of the country. It's not just seeing the scenery, it's like you're part of it, you're immersed in it, so you get to get the feel of the different parts that you walk in, and each trail definitely has its own feel, its own atmosphere about it. They are all different, although there are bits in it that remind you of other bits. There were bits of this that reminded me of the South Downs, bits reminded me of the Cotswolds, and I think I like the journey, the aspect that you're starting somewhere and then you're going somewhere. You know, you're on a trip, and there's a purpose, there's an end to it, there's a goal. and definitely gives you a sense of achievement when you've done it. You think, yes, I've done that. So I think that's why I like them so much. Still got to finish the Thames Path. One day I'd like to come back and have a crack at the Cleveland Way. But anyway, thanks for watching. Go and find a good chippy, I hope. Take care. Bye. This is it.